All right. What's up, you guys? It's your boy, Gabby Duga. Welcome to the fourth episode of That Straight Up. And as always, uh, go check me out on my on my IG. Sooner or later, I will be posting. I'll be making an IG page, so just keep you guys updated. My own, my own IG page. Yeah. So Good, good evening to you guys. So welcome to this podcast, wherever you guys may be. Either you're driving home, you're flying over other places, or you're about to fall asleep, or if you're gonna be listening in the morning or around the lunchtime, hope you guys enjoy your lunch. And yeah, so we'll begin the episode right away. So a bit of a quick updates of sports, so that we can um get some quick updates in the sports world. Um, go to ESPN. Quickly check the scores. Um, yeah. So FIFA Women's World Cup, Australia advances to the from quarterfinals to the quarterfinals after the round of 16s, and Australia won, 2-0. England won 4-2 on penalties against Nigeria. Sweden, of course, this was live, I think, last Sunday. Lost against Sweden on penalties, 5-4. Japan advanced to quarterfinals on the score 3-1. Netherlands won against South Africa on a 2-0. So a quick update, a bit of a top event. So a quick update. Baseball, the Dodgers won by six runs against the Padres. Score of 13-7. Marlins lost by 3 runs against the Cincinnati Reds of 5-3. The Twins won by 6 runs at a score of 9-3. The Pirates won against the Braves 7-6, and the Mets won against the Cubs by 9 runs, 11-2. Red Sox won against the Royals 6-2. The Blue Jays won 3-1 against Cleveland Guardians. The Brewers decimated the Rockies, winning by 11 runs by the score of 12-1. White Sox won against the struggling Yankees again. And the Angels are on their losing ways again. This time losing against uh, Giants. The Rangers won against 5-3. And yeah. And to the European friendlies, Bayern won against Monaco 4-2 full time. Liverpool won against Darmstadt by 2 goals. All right. A lot of topics to cover. Sorry guys, I haven't been putting a bit of episode, but yeah, these were the topics that we're gonna be talking about. What we could have been topics from last week, so I'm gonna quickly talk about it now, in order to discuss it further. Okay, so incoming USC freshman, Bronny James. Of course, this was a big news about a week ago. Bronny James, who was going to be playing with USC Trojans, men's basketball team, actually suffered a cardiac arrest. Is actually in the recovery stage of suffering a cardiac arrest. Luckily, he survived on that, and to be honest, myself being like weekend warrior, we go play basketball. I go play basketball with my friends. it can be a scary stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally straight up concern. Whether you're an athlete or a non-athlete, um, if you get the cardiac arrest, uh, the chances of survival. And I'm not a doctor, right away. Okay, don't quote me on this. Okay, go go to your doctor, your friends that are doctors, or go to a someone that knows this topic of cardiovascular health. Okay, something that deals with your heart. But if you get cardiac arrest, you know that doesn't matter if you're young or old. It can happen to you, right? And in that sense, that's actually a scary kind of not so much an injury, but a scary health scenario, because if you got and there have been a lot of athletes that have cardiac arrest, and unfortunately some of these athletes passed away, right, because of weak weak cardiovascular system. If you take a look into the history of numerous players like Len, the guard from who was drafted by the Celtics, Len. Let me see, is it Len Bias, who got drafted out of Maryland, suffered a heart attack, and yeah, that was a very tragic thing happened. And also, of course, LMU's Loyola Marymount, and Gathers. Of course, that's another famous athlete that died. Another famous athlete that died because of the heart disease, and life cut short. Right, a lot of these, and for Bronny James, getting it, straight out of high school, enjoying his summer, and practicing with USC, right? Luckily, he survived, but that I don't know how long are the recovery stage, for those that have have gotten cardiac arrest, no matter what age, right? And for him, getting cardiac arrest, like I said, it's a scary stuff. Yes, you can survive from. Yes, you can recover from it, but uh, you don't. I mean, I cannot say there's no guarantee that you will play again, but there is a lot of careful maneuvering, in terms of your health, in terms of what you do physically and emotionally, because and mentally too, and because getting cardiac arrest is actually not it's a very scary thing to be in it, right? And for Ronnie, having his dad LeBron to support him, to guide him too. For LeBron to really be at the side of his son, it really shows that there's more than it was more than basketball. To be honest with you, sometimes we think about these athletes, say, oh, they're freaks of nature, oh, they do this and that, but in reality, they're just like us. They can suffer any type of injuries, even something that's inside our bodies, right? That's something that we can't control of, right? And for Bronny, I think he knows this too very well. That there are things that this is what I was taught from my baseball coach, that there are things that you can control and you cannot control. That and that scenario where he gotten his had that not heart attack, but cardiac arrest. It shows that there is a bit of a reality setting in. But you know, props to him that he survived, right? And forgive me, the weather now in California, it's not as it has become a bit unbearable for the last few years. And me being living in LA, and I'm sure many of you guys that are listeners here, live in California, or even live in Southern California. It can be very, very hot, very unforgivable at times. And to experience that, man, for Ronnie to get that, it could have a bit of practice with weather too. And but then again, I'm no expert in terms of cardiovascular health. So whatever, and this is what I say to this I will say to many athletes and also non-athletes. For athletes that are that are in high school, that are still playing, still have desires to make it to the pros, or actually make it to college, and hopefully get to the pros, is to really listen to your body. Listen to your body, right? Because it, it's never bad to listen to your body. I'm not gonna lie, it's never bad, right? And for us that who were athletes back in the day, who played high school sports but didn't make it to college and professional, but still active, have an active lifestyle, still the same thing. Really listen more to your body more. Be aware of what you eat. Be aware of what you drink, right? Because nowadays, once you hit 21, or even before 21, you go out and drink, you go out party with friends, you drink alcohol, you eat these kinds of fatty food, but you never know, some of this unbalanced diet. You never know the consequences of it, right? And for me, luckily for myself, or I'm sure that you guys are lucky for the time being, that your health is intact. Because once you get a cardiac arrest or a stroke or heart attack, knock on wood, yeah, that's a life changing event that would take a lifetime. You may recover now, you will be recovering, but the consequences of it is lifetime. And I don't want to say this for not just for myself, but for everybody out here, right? These kinds of health issues are, yeah, it's something that we gotta be aware of, right? And for Bronny James, again, this news has been old news since last week, so you know we'll we'll talk about it a bit more, little, just to end it. Actually, I don't want to talk about more about it, but just to end this topic. This is also not just to Bronny James, but for everybody here, right? That are either athletes, weekend warriors, or non-athletes. I think we just have to be aware of what we do, or what we intake in our bodies, right? If we need to drink more water, we have to drink more water. I still, this water bottle that I have, I still drink more water. Maybe cut down on drinking the boba, cut down on drinking the beer, the alcohol. Wine is fine once in a while, things that will help you, but also do things in moderation. That's all what we ask for, right? Like I said, on this topic, I'm no expert in terms of cardiovascular system, nor in terms of heart, anything that relates to the heart. Okay, so this is just a bit of, not of a hot take, but a bit of a gentle reminder of, on that particular topic. Okay, so so back to base. We're gonna go to baseball, basketball. Okay, and Damian Lillard. Oh my God, my boy, Dame time, Dame, Dame time. All right, I love that boy. I love Damian Lillard. Dame time right here. He wants out. We and and it's no secret right now that Damian Lillard wants out, afuera. Right? There's a saying in Tagalog, nananayat si fuera na ang kanyang career. Right? So, he wants to play with a championship team. There's a lot of teams that have offered contracts for him. But for Damian Lillard, he wants to play with Jimmy Butler in Miami. The NBA decided to step in. Said, cut the crap. Honor the fucking contract. If you gotta and the NBA literally put a memo. This is about a week ago. I think it's about 2 weeks. Put a memo. And they say, if you ever fucking think of trading Damian Lillard, and this is throughout the 2019, but that plus Portland Trailblazers. If Damian Lillard does not honor the contract and he gets traded, say Miami, the league says, we will find you. We will hunt you down and hunt your ass down, and we will find you and lose, maybe draft picks and in the future. Does it help Dame's case? We don't know. I'm certainly Dame literally signed like an extension a couple of years back, if I'm not mistaken, and that's and this is why you don't. This is a mistake of Damian Lillard. I'm not gonna lie. This is his mistake. You don't. There's a saying. Everybody's told me this, and even my friend told me this too. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, and that is fucking true. It is fucking true. Why? Why Damian Lillard did that? I respect Damian Lillard. He said, I ain't playing. I ain't going to go, ring chasing like KD, like Kyrie. I ain't not for that shit. But boy, Damian Lillard, you're about to hit mid-30s, buddy. A lot of these superstar players like Steph Curry, KD, although he went for ring chasing, they got that. They got their ring. They got them ring. And also Chris Paul too, right? Those OGs. But for Dame, he knew the jig is up. The jig is up. Portland ain't giving him, second option, third option. He doesn't. Portland don't have them. They may have that money, but they ain't gonna pay that money for, to be the Batman and be the Robin of Dame. But I don't. I say that I blame Dame on it, but I blame the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers could have done something. Great, they got Scooter Henderson. That's awesome. But what happens before that, right? What happens before that? They gotta ask themselves, right? Where we would have gotten draft picks. Not draft picks, free agents. Many of these free agents decided, we want to stay back. We want them back, but we want to stay back. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to Portland. Think of it. Is Portland like Boston, LA, New York, Chicago, Miami, Dallas, Houston? No, ain't that a big market? That's a mid tier. Hell, small market too. So when Dave knew jig is up, he had to request a trade. Too little, too late. He could have requested many years ago when Trailblazers, still rebuilding, still trying to build up the team when Terry Stotts got fired. He had a chance. He had a chance to demand a trade. Not publicly, but quietly. He blew it. Now he's asking for it. And that's why the NBA is so adamant that he stayed there. And again, this is in the previous episode that the NBA hopefully in about months or so, in about a few months or so, when the league hopefully during the All-Star break gives the state of the league address, you know, that Seattle and Vegas, if Seattle comes back to the NBA, Portland will be a big market. But because without Seattle, it's not a big market, right? So again, with the NBA season starting, and then about oh 2.5 months, right? We're in August already. Football season's coming back. All these big sports are coming up. Baseball's about to hit playoffs in about a month. So these big sporting events are coming back, man. So we'll just wait and see um how things will look like. Okay. Um. Hmm, hmm. All right. Moving on to baseball. All right. The Dodgers. I like the Dodgers move. You know the I think 6 days ago or seven about a week or 2 weeks ago, the Dodgers reacquired Kike Hernandez and from the Boston Red Sox and Joe Kelly from the Chicago White Sox, and whilst adding Lance Lynn in the to beef up that rotation. That's actually a great move. I'm not gonna lie. Kike Hernandez, as many of you guys that knows your Dodger baseball, Kike is what I call him the Energizer Bunny. He's the one that you know hits for runs. He hits for power, but he also steals bases. But also a great utility player. He can play multiple positions in exception to first base of being Freddie Freeman. He could be moving around in different positions in the outfield and in the infield. So reacquiring Kike Hernandez really bolster and it really solidifies more of Dodgers, right? Because if Mookie Betts say what's in the rotation, if Dave Roberts puts him in the rotation as a shortstop, they can put him in the right field. Vice versa, right? Or even Chris Taylor, you know, um, in the outfield, he can place in the infield. He can play in that position, right? The Dodgers, in terms of their uh firepower, it's solid. It's very solid, right? And it's a testament to of the Dodgers, commitment to really need to putting effort, right, for them. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look, shall we? Let's see. Uh-huh. Mm. All right. So let's take a look. Okay. And I'm gonna take a look into the Dodgers and mm, stats. See, there's you know the Dodgers. It makes quite a lot of sense for them to really So let's take a look into the roster, right? Uh, Muncy, Kike Hernandez, Miguel Rojas, Ahmed Rosario, Cristian. You got three, basically four shortstops. They can rotate in the middle infield, right? But also Kike Hernandez is a great batter. I'm not gonna lie, great batter. All right. Oh no, he's not a great batter. Hold on. Yeah, decent player. There you go. He's a very decent hitter. Kike Hernandez. All right, Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly. Woo! Wild boy, wild horse, product of UC Riverside, bro. Dude's a bullpen guy. I love Joe Kelly. If you remember Joe Kelly from the 2020 World Series and also during the 2020 season, that if you remember that look off the bullpen like this, right? Shit, dude, against the Astros, right? Dude, that's I'm not. I'll be honest with you. He hasn't been the greatest. He has dropped up a bit, right? But numbers wise, not looking good. But if you put him back to where he was from, like, uh, um, 2020, 2021, bro, he's solid. Great, he's solid. With the 2021 season, 2 wins, no losses, or the 2.86 ERA. Uh, pitch out of the bullpen. Uh, let's see, 48 48 games. He struck out. He has hold of 13 holds, save of 2 out of 3. He already converted 2 saves out of 3 opportunities. In terms of strikeouts, he had 50 strikeouts with an average of 174 batting average. That's why I call Joe Kelly wild. You know, you never know where you'll get what kind of Joe Kelly you'll get on a daily basis out of the bullpen, right? You'll never know, right? But trust me on this. Joe Kelly still has the stuff. He has the nasty stuff. He still has the nasty fastball that goes above 100 miles an hour. Oh yeah, 100 miles per hour. Still has the nasty sinker that that make your drops fall off, swing and a miss right there. It still have that. It still has that um you know good pitching repertoire, right? And honestly, Joe Kelly is again a welcome a returning addition. Pepper Pepper. There you go. So so Joe Kelly, let's see what. So he has that fastball, slider, curve, change. That's still nasty. I'm not. He still has nasty pitches. Those nasty slider, curve. Gets that effective. If he gets back to that 2020, 2021 season, when he was there, it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna be an awesome time for the. Oh yeah, even the 2019, 2020, 2021. It's gonna be an awesome time for the Dodgers. It's gonna be an awesome time, right? Not your consistent bullpen guy, but good enough to give you numbers. Now, the new addition, and I'm also gonna add about the Dodgers. The news Walker Bueller might be coming. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn, 6'5", 270, 36 years old. My God. My God. That guy. Ooh. Right. Last year was just an abomination. Even this year has been a very, very disastrous season. But now I digress. He has been pitching with the Dodgers with record of 2 wins and no losses with an ERA of 2.77. Right. He has how many strikeouts so far as a Dodger? 13 strikeouts with no walks. No walks. No hit. No. He has 11. 11. No, not 11. Bro. He has shoot. Go to 2023. All right. Anyways, won't check that a little later. But Lance Lynn, great addition to the rotation. Again, the Dodgers rotation has been a bit compromised. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a concerning fact for the Dodgers. Even though they have a 39, um, their 39 games. No, 29 games or 19 games over 500. That still is a concerning fact, and I'm not gonna lie. Sorry for the yawn again. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and this is straight up. Clayton Kershaw is not getting younger. On top of it, too, Tony Gonsolin, who knows how he'll perform. Julio Urias, this season, it's been a bit of a pathetic season. Not ain't mincing. I'm not gonna cut my mince words on this. Tony Gonsolin, good record, but still has a very atrocious ERA of 4.42. And if you are a Dodger fan, that should ring a red red alarm bells, really red alert, right? Because if this season ends right now, we just turned August 8th, right? In the midnight, right? If they say, "Oh, season's over, playoffs," Dodgers are fucked. They're straight up fucked up, right? And I'm not mincing words. If you're a Dodger fan, and you hear this straight away, comment on, send me a DM. I don't give a shit about the Dodgers. If you guys think, Gabby, you're right about this, the Dodgers pick up solid pieces, but it's. Do you think that the Dodgers picking up Lance Lynn, will help them progress to the next round of the playoffs? I don't think so. Right, and also looking into the standings, right? They have Atlanta still dominant. Brewers, getting that hot oil machine going, right? Phillies and even the Giants are consistent, even though they're in the wild card spot. The Dodgers are already in the hard, rocking the hard place. And if you're the Dodger fan, you gotta ask yourself, well, can we compete against the likes of the Braves, the likes of the Brewers? Actually, the Braves more likely we face against the Braves. Absolutely not. We're gonna get swept. And if you tell me that we're not gonna get swept, call me call me an idiot, call me a hypocrite. Because I tell you right now, if players is right now and they swept whoever plays against in the wild card, DM me straight away, call me straight away on my IG page, and I'll tell you, y'all are. I'm telling the truth. I'm being straight up with this right now. Right, so um, we'll see how the Dodgers look, and also another major news. Walker Bueller. There are some reports that they might bring him back from Tommy John surgery. Ha. uh, I hate to break the news to everybody who are again Dodge fans. Uh, he it looks like that he's recovering well from the Tommy John surgery, but to rush him back because it's about to be playoffs in about a month or so, I would be pumped. In 2 months, I mean 2 months left in the season. I would pump the brakes. I would literally pump the brakes right away. Oh, I tell you why they have to pump the brakes right now. Because this is one of the analysts from ESPN in LA, right? You know, if you know Walker Bueller, where he came from, right? Vanderbilt. He, and many of these pitchers, you know, Kumar Green, Walker Bueller, many of these pitchers that came from the program. Uh, I hate to break this, but the way they they taught to they teach to pitch them is not to say conventional. What I mean by that, it well conventional here in the United States, conventional, not conventional in my own thought, and also where I'm coming from. They go full speed ahead, throw throw gas, 100 miles per hour, throw high speeds on your curveball and your changeup and your secondary and your tertiary pitches, right? But what does it what does it affect? Which body that will affect what part of the arm they will affect? It will affect this area. This area right here is the Tommy John area, right? And and Walker Bueller has already he already has two Tommy John surgeries. That's actually not good for a franchise, an ace to be the heir apparent of uh Clayton Kershaw. Now, Clayton Kershaw doesn't, he had a Tommy John when he was in his minor league. Who recovered about a year or two. He didn't have to rush himself before he moved before he got called up to the majors. Walker Bueller, if I were the Dodgers and also the training staff, I would shut him down. Wait till next year. Wait to have his pitching mechanics fixed, not fixed. Have have him learn to use different types of pitches that doesn't put a lot of stress on the arm. Because me coming from a perspective of a pitcher, though I didn't play major leagues. Again, disclaimer: I only played high school baseball. I was not a great baseball player, but I have a bit of a perspective on it too. It there is this is from the Japanese point of view when it comes to the pitching. Many of these pitchers that are coming up the ranks in the professional ranks in Japan. They don't they use a lot of that what's that pitch? Um Split finger. Why? Why the split finger? Otani is also excellent of using it. That's why he had although he had a Tommy John once. That split finger is something that will alleviate your arm. Reason being is that pitch doesn't put a lot of stress. Walker Bueller has been throwing a lot of gas. and that change of bit, it's like a gas too. That's why there's so much stress in that region of the Tommy John region, right? And to be honest, if he has a third one, I if if his arm gets blown out in about 5 years or so or six, call me out on it, okay? And he hasn't really considerably put down or add more in his repertoire. I'm afraid he's not gonna last more than 10 years in the majors. Let's put it that way. A lot of the great pitchers like Verlander, Scherzer, Kershaw, Garrett Cole, right? Or even Trevor Bauer, who played for the Dodgers, who's now in Japan. Many of these pitchers have great secondary pitches, right? Or even Otani, because they don't put a lot of stress on their arm. And I think Walker Buehler has to learn that soon, or else it's too late. All right. The last thing, it's gonna be Broncos head coach um Broncos head coach Sean Payton. Boy, Sean Payton, former head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Who that team, right? Who that, right? I'm not gonna lie. Um, uh, he straight up broke the code, calling out Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers, who plays for the Jets, defended his coach. But in paraphrasing, do not put my our coach's name in your mouth. Now, now, is it was it was it good then? Was it great that uh Sean Payton shit talked Nathaniel Hackett? Not really, because he had lost not to say bit of respect. He's also a respected coach. Don't get me wrong. He's a great coach, well respected. But the way he attacked Nathaniel Hackett. Now, you know, Bob Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, has to defend his coach too. It was not acceptable. I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of material, bulletin board for for the Broncos, oh yeah, it was great. Because think of it, and this is again, you know, I'm not cutting corners here, but what happened in the Broncos a year ago was an absolute disaster. I even watched few of their games. It was a mess. People were saying, "Oh, Wilson is washed. Oh, Russell Wilson may not be able to resurrect his career after he getting traded from the Seahawks to the Broncos." And Sean Payton was like, "Cut the fucking crap." I'm sorry, kids. I'm sorry if I'm cussing on this podcast, but not to say it's appropriate, but it's important to really highlight that Sean Payton is. It's like he's the man of the team. He is the come after me, don't come after Russell Wilson. He's he's protecting his quarterback because he is running the show, just like what he has done in New Orleans with Drew Brees. That's why Drew Brees didn't get any flack, because there was Sean Payton, and now he's doing the same thing. Yes, he got a bunch of flack against the Jets and in the Week 5 matchup against the Jets. That's gonna be a juicy game in about 2 months time when season begins. And for the Jets, Oh, I mean, for the Broncos. I'm sorry. For the Broncos, this is a bulletin board. Let us avenge last year. Let's not think about. We should think about making to the playoffs, but let's avenge the failed season, and that is a good fighting spirit. I'm not gonna lie, and straight up, this is for them like a fighting call, like a call to action for the Broncos. Make it to the playoffs, bring back the glory days of the Broncos, John Elway and all that stuff. Then we'll head to the Super Bowl and win another Super Trophy. Do you think they may win? I We'll see. Football season is coming up in about a month and a half away with the preseason football up and running. So it's gonna be a very very interesting season to look at. All right, so as we end this episode, I wanted to uh do a bit of episode drop. Of course, the next episode will be dropped within hopefully Friday. So I'll do my best to get get the recording done. And thank you so much for supporting this podcast. I know that you guys are following on Spotify. If you guys have Apple podcast, do follow that as well. Same name. That's straight up with Gabby Duga, and the rest is history. All right, you guys. This has been Gabby Duga, and uh, and I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and hopefully you guys will we'll see each other in the next episode. Until then, please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other, and bring peace and love to one another, and care for one another as well. All right. Good night.